ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. Readings from Meditation and Spiritual Life, Chapter 24, The Power of the Divine Name. First point, the power of words. Do you believe in the power of the word? Let me tell you a story. A colored man brought a suit against another man for defaming him. In the court, the judge asked him what the other man had done. He called me rhinoceros, answered the man. How long back? Asked the judge. 2 years ago. Why then are you complaining now? Because I saw the animal only this morning. A name has a great power if we know what it means. When somebody out of spite calls us bad names, rhinoceros, stupid, goose, or silly ass, we become mad, lose our temper. Again, we know how we all respond to our names. The best way to draw the attention of a person in a crowd is to call him by his own name. This is also what we do when we want to wake up a sleeping man. The famous English poet Tennyson used to have a remarkable experience which he described in his poem, The Ancient Sage. More than once when I sat all alone, revolving in myself, the word that is the symbol of myself, the mortal limit of the self was loosed and passed into the nameless as a cloud melts into heaven. I touched my limbs. The limbs were strange, not mine, and yet no shade of doubt, but utter clearness, and through loss of self, the gain of such large life as matched with ours, we are sent to spark unshadowable in words, themselves but shadows of the shadow world. Do you recognize the fact that your own name is a symbol of the self? Tennyson could, because of his psychic sensibility, use his own name to arouse in him some kind of a glimpse into supersensuous worlds. If an ordinary name has such power, how much more power there must be in the divine name? But the power of the divine name can be realized only by one who knows its meaning, what it stands for. Our next point is the sacred word Om. In the course of his wanderings all over India, Swami Vivekananda one day sat under an old tree near Almora in the Himalayas and soon became absorbed in deep contemplation. After the meditation was over, the Swami told Swami Akhandananda, a brother monk who was accompanying him, "Well, here, under this banyan tree, one of the greatest problems of my life has been solved." The brief note of this experience, as he then recorded in his diary, runs as follows. In the beginning was the word, etc. The microcosm and the macrocosm are built on the same plan. Just as the individual soul is encased in the living body, so is the universal soul in the living Prakriti, the objective universe. This covering of the one soul by the other nature is analogous to the relation between an idea and the word expressing it. They are one and the same, and it is only by a mental abstraction that one can distinguish them. Thought is impossible without words. Therefore, in the beginning was the Word, etc. This dual aspect of the universal soul is eternal. So, what we perceive or feel is this combination of the eternally formed and the eternally formless. Years later, Swami Vivekananda elaborated the above ideas in his Bhakti Yoga. The whole of this universe has, according to Indian philosophy, both name and form as its conditions of manifestation. In the human microcosm, there cannot be a single wave in the mind star, that is, chitta vritti, unconditioned by name and form. If it be true that nature is built throughout on the same plan, this kind of conditioning by name and form must also be the plan of the building of the whole of the cosmos. As one lump of clay being known, all things of clay are known, so the knowledge of the microcosm must lead to the knowledge of the macrocosm. Now, form is the outer crust of which the name or the idea is the inner essence or the kernel. The body is form, and the mind or the antakarana is the name, and sound symbols are universally associated with nama in all beings having the power of speech. In the individual man, the thought waves rising in the limited mahat or chitta must manifest themselves first as words and then as the more concrete forms. In the universe, Brahma or Hiranyagarbha or the cosmic Mahat first manifested himself as name and then as form, that is, as this universe. All this expressed sensible universe is the form behind which stands the eternal inexpressible sphata, the manifestor as logos or word. This eternal sphata, the essential eternal material of all ideas or names, is the power through which the Lord creates the universe. Nay, the Lord first becomes conditioned as the sphata and then evolves himself out as the yet more concrete sensible universe. This photo has one word as its only possible symbol, and this is the And as by no possible means of analysis can we separate the word from the idea, this and the eternal photo are inseparable, and therefore it is out of this holiest of all holy words, the mother of all names and forms, the eternal that the whole universe may be supposed to have been created. In other words, the Divine Spirit expresses itself through the Divine Idea, and the Divine Idea through Divine Sound or Word. This concept, fundamental to a proper understanding of the power of the Divine Name, has been attested to by countless saints and sages who practiced this kind of sadhana and has become a part of the spiritual tradition in India. Swami Brahmananda, speaking about his own experience, says, one day, in the course of his teaching, Sri Ramakrishna spoke about the manifestation of Brahman as sound, the Logos. I took this as the subject for my noon meditation. As I sat in meditation, suddenly the sound Brahman became revealed to me. The Katha Upanishad speaks of as the goal of spiritual endeavor and identifies it with the highest reality. The goal which all the Vedas proclaim, which is implicit in all penances, seeking which men live as religious students, that I will tell you briefly. It is Om. It is the supreme immutable Brahman itself. He who knows it attains the highest fulfillment of life. The Mundaka Upanishad compares Om to a bow and the purified and concentrated mind to an arrow, and exhorts us to shoot the arrow with intense alertness so that it may hit the target, which is Brahman, and becomes one with it. Om here stands for the entire meaning of the Upanishads, the revealed knowledge. With its help, we should concentrate our purified mind on Brahman. Om is the most sacred word and symbol in Hinduism and has been handed down from generation to generation from the most ancient times. The Mandukya Upanishad, which contains the essence of Vedanta in a nutshell, declares the syllable Om, which is the imperishable Brahman, is the universe. Whatsoever existed, whatsoever now exists, whatsoever shall exist hereafter is Om. The Upanishad further analyzes the word Om and identifies each syllable with a particular state of consciousness. According to Vedanta, the normal experience of man falls into three states: waking, dream, and deep sleep. In the same way, the word Om can be split up into three syllables: A, U, and M, and these respectively stand for the three states mentioned above. Since the microcosm and the macrocosm are built on the same plan, the syllables A, U, and M also stand for the vast physical universe, the vast mental universe, and the causal substratum of both the universes respectively. Brahman, or the absolute reality, of which these are manifestations, however transcends them and is represented by the Omatra, or the soundless or unmanifested Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.